Okay, and good day, polarizing people. Thanks for tuning in yet again. I wanted to follow up on a point made in our very first video. And this is regarding the bare bones gear that I'm using to start with to create the content for this channel. So it isn't any kind of specialized audio or video gear, since I'm only just still using an iPhone for all recording at this early stage. But I do want to talk about how I keep this most important piece of gear safe. Since if my phone gets damaged and dies, it would be a major inconvenience for my life in general. Not just regarding the ability to make YouTube videos. Well, and smartphones are everywhere today. We really just take them for granted, but these things are really amazing marvels of technology and industrial design when you really look at it. And in general, they also hold up pretty well while being in near constant use by a lot of us. Every day, people's phones get stuffed in and pulled out of bags, pockets, backpacks, and any number of other crazy places people choose to carry their phones. So with phones getting so much use, it's not a matter of if we'll drop or eventually potentially damage our phones, but really when that'll happen. Really, is there anyone out there that hasn't at some point dropped their phone? Unless it's brand new. This, of course, is where getting a case for your phone that meets your particular balance of style, function, and protection is a no-brainer. And as a YouTuber that plans to shoot lots of video in outdoor locations, over hard ground, while moving, sometimes high off the ground, etc., it's got to be a phone case that can reliably protect the phone if it's dropped, and at least be water resistant if not waterproof. Style points, well, those are totally secondary because the level of protection is really all that matters. Though most of us probably don't need this much protection. That's a little bit much for the average person. I've used OtterBox Defender and LifeProof FRE cases in the past, and these are arguably the two most popular rugged cases available for smartphones. Whether you're an iPhone person or a Samsung person, etc. They're both really well-made products, and they in general do the job as advertised. The two LifeProof FRE cases I've owned in the past both worked really well during the first few months, and they were genuinely waterproof. However, in both cases with the FRE, the built-in screen protector eventually began to separate from the front of the case. And I've also owned multiple OtterBox Defender cases, and those things are really true to their reputation. They're bulky, yes, but they're really reliable. My major quip about the Defender cases is that the rubber port covers do eventually break off after a lot of use, and this lessens the water resistance offered by the case. But otherwise, the case still offers really good protection to the phone inside. Also, these two models of cases are pretty expensive, and they're name brands, and you basically are paying for that. For those prices, even at a discount, the build quality really should reflect the price that people are expected to pay. So earlier this year I figured, why not try a cheaper case? If it's got good reviews on Amazon. And that's what I did. I picked up a Defender style case. So this means the case has a two-part hard plastic inner shell, it snaps together with a hard rubber outer shell, and comes with a screen protector. But it's notably smaller, and that's in length width as well, as in thickness of the case. But it's not flimsy as a whole. The inner plastic case snaps together around the phone just like a Defender. It has a similar set of retention tabs, and where the Power Moxie case really shines though compared to the Defender is the outer shell. And that outer shell is made of a harder, more scratch-resistant rubber than the OtterBox case. But still relatively easy to manipulate this rubber case. Especially when you're putting the case on and then taking it back off from time to time, putting it back on. So as you can see, it can even be done using one hand while holding another iPhone in the other hand as a camera. The port covers on the OtterBox versus on this case are night and day. The ones on this Power Moxie case, they really hold up to daily use. The only gripe I have about the Power Moxie case is the screen protector, because unlike the LifeProof and OtterBox built-in protectors, this is a separate transparent overlay, like most of those aftermarket screen protectors. But it doesn't adhere as well to the phone as others I've used. It tends to lift at the edges, as you can see here in the video. Now, I've definitely dropped my phone while in this case a few times, and the phone as well as the case still look and function pretty close to like new. My phone's also been exposed to water while in this case, including this drenching it got at an amusement park earlier this year. Again, like the Defender, this is a water-resistant versus waterproof case, just to make that point clear, but it's definitely a worthy all-weather case. So yeah, if you're able to pick up this case from PowerMoxie or another seller for under $10, assuming the manufacturer's quality control remains on point in the months and years after this review, and the case is available for your particular phone, I'm confident you'll like this case's combination of out-of-the-box protection and longevity. Also, for the purposes of the poll in this video, are you rough on your mobile phones? Or are you the type of person who's really careful not to drop them and you treat them with more care than your pets or your kids? Yeah, let us know by voting in the poll, comment away if you've got something polarizing to say, and thank you for being part of our audience here at The Polarizer.